Breaking news, everyone. Tatiana Maslany confirms Ryan Reynolds really did kick She-Hulk scenes from Deadpool and Wolverine, and she's going around on podcasts crying about how she got fired. What's up, all me Ewoks, Tribbles, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and today we are going to be talking about this She-Hulk versus, I guess, Deadpool 3 drama. So this story's been making the rounds on Twitter, even though the story is like 5 days old at this point. But there's kind of a lot going on in the United States right now, so it kind of makes sense to me why She-Hulk was sidelined for some other dramas that's going on in the world right now. And yes, I've said it many times. I know for a fact the U.S. is not the center of the universe, to burst some people's bubbles, but even I, who avoid politics, especially the U.S. ones, like the plague, didn't hear about this until this morning. So that's what we're going to talk about it now. So basically, the TDLR is that this whammon, Tatiana, who plays She-Hulk in the She-Hulk TV show, she was doing a podcast, and in the podcast, she brought up how she was, I guess, supposed to be in Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool 3, and she wasn't, and she made some comments that I would say, giving her the benefit of the doubt, like she was trying to be sarcastic, but it doesn't really come off that way, especially when we think about the way people in Hollywood are. Like, she could be saying that she's sarcastic when she's really being serious, but let me show you some of the things she said. Now, I have this pulled up on Twitter. I just took a screenshot. One of the more controversial things that she said in this podcast that was then, posted in this article. And, you guys can go and, make your own mind on it. I have everything that I am showing you guys here on screen linked in the description of this video if you guys want to go check it out for yourself, but I'm going to read this to you right now. I always talk about how much I hate Wolverine and Deadpool. I talk about it all the time. I also wish I'd just sit down and stop pushing my feminist agenda and just realize that Deadpool and Wolverine made a lot of money and She-Hulk only made $3, Maslany said. That's why they were getting rid of me, because I had this woke agenda and I really wanted to bring it into the movie. Now, I was able to track down this podcast for you. Again, it is linked down below in the description of this video. Now, they kind of start talking about it around the 14-minute mark. And take in mind, this is an hour and 41-minute podcast. Now, lucky for all of you wonderful people, I actually took time out of my day to listen to this, to find the segment where they talked about it. Now, they only talk about this for 2.5 minutes. So I do have that 2.5 minutes pulled up, and I'm going to play it for you guys right now. Just take in mind, I do have to transform the content a little bit. So it is a little bit sped up, and I am going to be interjecting commentary here and there. But without further ado, let's hear what she has to say.
I still get a lot of comments on the last episode you were on.
Oof.
A lot of people trying to flood your social media with like weird things I don't even understand. I'm glad you weren't in Deadpool.
Yeah. Okay. So
see, when they say stuff like that, I'm like, can you please provide the receipts? Of course they don't, but here she goes.
I'm going to clear this up.
Okay.
I'm going to clear this up.
And this is, by the way, this is the show where we break news about the Marvel universe.
And this is the facts.
Okay.
So I was in Deadpool Wolverine.
Okay.
I had 2 scenes in it.
No.
And then Ryan Reynolds fired me.
What?
From the show because he said, I don't like these scenes.
Oh, how awful. Ryan Reynolds is making a movie and he didn't like your scenes and he cut them. How awful. All right.
Now,
did you film them already?
I filmed them. They were in the can.
How do you fire someone after they've already left and gone home?
I don't know, but he managed to do it. And now
That's not firing then. That's just he cut your scenes from the movie. That's not the same as firing someone. The interesting thing that these guys don't ask her, it's like, did you still get paid for it though? That's one thing I would like to know.
Doing Disney.
What?
These are the facts.
Okay, so
what is going on.
Have you filed the lawsuit yet? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm also always talking about how much I hate Wolverine and Deadpool.
Well, that's the thing.
I talk about it all the time.
No, I
See, and there's where the sarcasm comes in. At least I think. I'm not following this girl avidly, so I don't know what she has to say about Deadpool or Wolverine.
I also wish I would just sit down and stop pushing my feminist agenda and just realized that the movie made a lot of money and She-Hulk made $3.
Wow.
I don't think She-Hulk made anything because
No, you're right. You're
it's
right.
streaming and
Wait.
there are no one paid for it specifically.
So they're actually like bumping us up a little with this
Yeah.
$3 business. $0 made on She-Hulk.
Imagine like bragging about that like it's a selling point. Dear Lord.
It's a shame because Deadpool and Wolverine was so funny. And I'm
Don't even get me started on how woke bullshit was creeping in. That's why they got rid of me, because I had this woke agenda and I really wanted to bring it into the movie.
I remember you telling me
God.
that you kind of ad-libbed a bunch of stuff about the
my
woke
feminist manifesto.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair, though, I had to watch all of that promo for She-Hulk. There was a lot of feminist nonsense in it, so I can see where Ryan Reynolds is coming from. And remember, everyone, I'm a whammon. Before I have people going and spamming my comment section, calling me, the toxic man baby, I'm a whammon, and even I can't stand the woke feminist agenda. And that was pretty much all of the marketing for She-Hulk. So the fact that Ryan didn't want that attached to his movie, I really don't blame him. But let's continue.
Well, that's too bad that you were cut out of it, but I'm glad you're suing them. I think
it feels good to sue them.
Yeah.
It's a thing that could happen.
Were you?
And a thing I
It
did.
feels smart too.
Hey, Shimmy.
It does feel smart.
It's what better plan could there be than to sue Disney?
Right. For firing me from the movie. And now I'm speaking a lot of shit about Ryan Reynolds too.
Okay,
and I
good.
have beef, you guys. We
Yeah.
have beef.
Let's get into the biff.
I hope
So much
I hope no
debuff.
comic book media picks this up. This is an exclusive here on Comedy Bang Bang, but a lawsuit against Disney. This is
It's
incredible
already
because you were
out there,
cut
guys.
because you were cut out of Wolverine meets Deadpool.
Wow.
And they haven't. Honestly, that movie they met and they had a pretty good meeting originally, I thought, and then they fought a lot though. I don't know. It's kind of a confusing movie.
I don't know, Scott. Sounds like you're getting cut.
Did you?
How is it a confusing movie? It's oh my God. This hurts. This hurts my head, but there's a little bit more, guys.
play She-Hulk in it, or were you playing yourself?
I was playing. That's the other thing. I insisted on playing She-Hulk,
Oh,
which was also like, how dare you be She-Hulk?
That's right. Yeah.
Right?
Wow. Well, you are still in the Avengers movie, though, right? Even though you're suing Disney.
Yes, but I'm expecting to be fired pretty soon.
Okay,
and
well,
I
just-
can't wait to round it up with a second little
Oh
lawsuit.
man, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, just getting cut out of a movie doesn't immediately equal being fired. Okay, it's almost over.
Well, amazing. Thank you so much for again. You come
just
on this
want-
show and you make news.
I wanted to set the record straight.
Thank you so much. That's amazing.
Well, after listening to that, guys, I 100% stand by what I said. Nothing of value was lost. And she didn't get fired from the movie. She still showed up. I'm assuming got paid, or else she probably wouldn't have shown up and she would have been crying about not getting paid on this podcast. But she showed up, shot the scenes, memorized lines, did all of that, and they just didn't make it into the final movie. That happens. I'm sure that there's hundreds, if not thousands, of scenes that don't make it into movies. That's not an uncommon thing. So this whole like, oh, woe is me, I didn't make it into Deadpool Wolverine. It's like, well, I'm sorry, but the movie isn't called Deadpool, Wolverine, and She-Hulk. It's Deadpool and Wolverine. Heck, they could have brought in a ton of other people, and they didn't. Or maybe they did, and they just didn't have time, but you don't see those people going and complaining about it. So I get that some of this she is trying to be sarcastic, but I do sense that there's a little bit more to it than that, or else she still wouldn't be bitching about it on a podcast. And then the interesting thing about bringing in the next Avengers movie, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to get fired from that too. Again, it's just because they don't use you doesn't mean you got fired. But I don't know, guys. I assume people have common sense and this stuff isn't rocket science, but I guess I can be wrong sometimes when it comes to this. But let me know what you think about all of that down below in the comment section. What do you guys think? Because right now, she's coming off to me as just like, oh, so sorry, spoiled millionaire actress. I'm so sorry the 2 scenes that you had in Deadpool Wolverine got cut. Now, I'm coming from a perspective of I covered this show and the news around this show for a long time. And wow, I can't believe it's been 2 years since this show came out. But guys, I covered this show extensively here on my channel. This playlist is linked down below. You guys should go check it out. I did quite a few videos on this topic of She-Hulk. So I'm not coming in blind when it comes to Tatiana. She was saying a lot of stuff when this movie was coming out, or excuse me, when the TV show was coming out, which caused a lot of controversy. So that's why I'm saying when she's trying to play it off like she's just being sarcastic about it, I'm like, well, you had a lot to say back then, back when your show was airing, and even before your show was airing, and then after your show came out with all of the backlash with it. So I'm not going to be as sympathetic to you as somebody going in blind. Anyways, everyone, that's my 2 cents on the situation with this whole fiasco. So if you guys like this video, please go and smash that like button. Leave me a comment letting me know what you think. And also, if you guys like this video and having it, go and smash the subscribe button. Ring that bell for notifications. Make sure that that bell is set to all, that you actually get notifications when I post videos and when I do live streams. I am also over on Rumble, so if you guys want to go check me out on Rumble, you guys can go do so as well. The link is in the description. But once again, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the Force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone.